What's up, guys? My name's Donovan, and welcome to Brewing the Good Life, the only personal finance channel where you can kick back, grab a beer, and have fun talking finance. You hear me talk a lot about debt and how high interest debt is horrible for you. It will destroy your future. So why am I making a video about credit cards and saying it's okay for some people to use them? Well, mainly because I'm not a hypocrite. I have a credit card. I use it appropriately. I pay it off every month and I enjoy the points I get off it. And with those points, I throw them right into a brokerage account and keep investing for the long term. So what makes a person a credit card person? Real quick, if you're still watching this video, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. I'm loving the growth that we're seeing on this channel. We are honing in on 15,000 views. Isn't that insane? Well, it's somebody that has a budget, can stick to that budget, pays their credit card off every month, doesn't incur any fees, interest, and controls their spending.
I'm gonna do a little shopping today, all right?
All right.
Let me see. I'm gonna take everything on this wall. Yeah, everything. And I'm taking everything on this one too.
Now, it sounds easy, but it's not. Why is it not? Well, the MIT Sloan study shows that people who use credit cards, or even debit cards for that matter, are more likely to spend more money than they would with cash. Why is that? Because there is less friction in the transaction when using plastic.
20 on that? So cute. Declined. Really?
What do I mean by friction? I mean that when you go to purchase something, you're handing over your credit card in exchange for those items, but your credit card's handed back to you. So mentally, you've lost nothing. Whereas if you were to spend cash, you're handing over the cash, they give you a little bit of change back, and you get the item. So you have physically lost something. Psychology shows, especially in this MIT study, that your brain perceives that you have not lost anything in the transaction, and so you're more likely to keep spending, and you're more likely to spend more than what you should have on certain purchases. Now, we know that the majority of Americans have credit card debt. On average, right now, American household has between $7,000 and $10,000 worth of credit card debt, the highest level we have ever seen. So if you're going to get credit cards, if you're going to go down that route, you need to do it smart. You need to do it in a way that is effective and beneficial to you. So let's talk about what the benefits are of credit cards and how you can be able to do it. First, get on a budget. Make sure that you know how much you're going to be spending every month. Track that for 90 days. Once you have that, start building disciplined habits to maintain being on track. Once you can control your spending and you know that you're on track, set your credit cards up to pay everyday bills, groceries, gas, utilities, anything that is a bill that comes out, subscriptions. Have your credit cards pay those. What does that do? It keeps you from going out and doing excessive spending. By spending on those normal everyday items and not overspending in those categories, you're creating disciplined habits. Those good habits can then be correlated to moving your credit card spending to everything. I spend my entire budget, as long as there's no fees or penalties for using a credit card, on my credit card. There are two credit cards I love the most. I use one of those, but I will say that these two are my favorite because they give you cash back into a checking account, which then can be moved over to a brokerage account and reinvested for your future. Those two cards are the Citi Double Cash and the Fidelity Cash Rewards. Now, the Citi Double Cash I do like a little bit better, even though I hold the Fidelity Cash Rewards. For the Citi Double Cash, you're going to get 1% back for every dollar you spend and 1% back for every dollar you pay off. So you've got an incentive to make sure you're paying that credit card off. I love that. Get rewards for spending, get rewards for paying. That keeps you on track. However, I don't hold that card. It's nothing against that card. It's just not what I did. I personally hold the Fidelity Cash Rewards, which is technically the same thing. I get 2% back on everything I spend. I don't get anything back for everything I paid off. Either way, the math is the same. Either card, you're getting 2% cash back over the long haul. Now, it is imperative that these cards are paid off every single month. Why do I say that? Because you don't want a 21, 25, 30% interest rate. That is going to kill you in the long run. Just think about it. If you spend $100 on your credit card and you have a 30% rate for that $100 in 1 year of payback, which it will not be paid off with minimum payments, you have already spent $30 in interest. So 30%. Now let's extrapolate that even larger to the most extreme. Say you've got $10,000, like some households in America do, on that 30% credit card. Well, over just 1 year of making minimum payments, you've now spent $3,000 on interest. So what $10,000 were in charges, you spent $3,000 unnecessarily on something that you probably don't even know what it went to. It could have been food, it could have been a ridiculous thing from Amazon, it could have been something silly that you purchased that you don't even have anymore that you're still paying off. Or better yet, my favorite one, let's do house repairs and then sell the house, not pay off the credit cards, and you're continuing to make payments on a house that you don't even own anymore through that credit card. So what you need to do in order to be a credit card person is have discipline. And you need to prove to yourself that you have financial discipline before you start using those credit cards. That will prevent you from going deeply in debt and having the biggest struggle happen, which is getting out of debt. I know it. I did it. I made several sacrifices to get out of debt. And it wasn't just cars, student loans. I had thousands, tens of thousands of dollars in credit card debt because I was silly with money. You can change your life like I did. I don't carry a credit card balance. I haven't for years. And it's amazing because now I'm making about $1,400 to $1,500 a year off using my credit card because I use it appropriately. And that just goes into a long-term brokerage account for savings. Initially, it went towards helping me get my emergency fund faster, and then it went towards a long-term brokerage account. And my investments are growing exponentially because I've got a new source of income outside of my salary, which is those credit card points. So why do we want to keep spending what we don't have when we have a tool that can protect us from fraud? We have a tool that can protect our checking account. We have a tool that we can reverse charges on if we need to, which is way easier than doing it through a standard checking account. And why would we use that tool to our disadvantage? Well, it's psychology. It's the world we live in, the I want it now world. Actually, just yesterday I was talking to a good friend of mine and we were talking about this. People want everything now and they're willing to go into debt in order to have something. Well, sometimes delayed gratification, even though in the present doesn't feel great, it feels awful, it's hard, it can give you a great harvest. It can give you fruit beyond what you imagined because of the discipline that you instilled in your habits. I have seen that personally. And like I say in all of my videos, I'm not anybody special. I'm not. I'm just an average guy living in an average house in small town Arkansas trying to show that anybody can do this. And who knows? Maybe I'm helping people, maybe I'm not, but my goal is to prove, the media wrong, to prove everybody that says that you can't make it in America today wrong. And I've done it for myself, and I'm hoping that I can do it for you guys. I'll catch you next time, and have a great week, guys. The weather's supposed to be great, and as you can tell, I'm already wearing my Hawaiian shirts because during the summer, that's what I do. Bye, guys.